Good morning, everyone. Okay, fresh news. The men's hockey team just took gold. 2-1 in sudden, I guess they call it sudden death. How exciting is that? All right. The women took gold on Thursday. Yeah, so that's cool, but yeah, but this is like in the moment, like the best day of their life. Okay. All right. Yeah, something like that. Whoa. And they did a movie, right? Whoa. Yeah. And now they get done. The women get done winning gold and they just fly home and start playing hockey. All right. I'm Reverend Debbie. Getting down to business because this is the Center for Spiritual Living in Minneapolis. And this center is founded on the truth that there is a power for good in the universe, which we're always using, but now we're going to look at consciously using it. Which takes us to the mission of this center, which is to teach, demonstrate, and inspire a spiritual, positive approach to living. And with that, if you could check your cell phones, I'm going to turn this over to Claire, and she's going to sing us on in.
I don't have time to check my cell phone, so if it rings during that, I'll do it after this.
Okay.
So excuse me if something happens. Do we have words? Oh, there they are. So this is actually, when I sent this, I was not completely present. So although it might say that it was by this individual, Bobby McFerrin, I believe it was actually Bob Marley. So if you know this, you're supposed to be singing with me. So.
Messages so pure and clear, just join in, gather here, don't worry, be happy. Come on in, sit right down, love and light is all around, don't worry, be happy. Look within, find that spark, shine that light right through the dark. Don't worry, be happy. Take a deep breath, dive on in. Now is where it all begins. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy.
It's a special Sunday. She brought her backup singers. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's start with a prayer, shall we? Because it's always good to do that. So please join me. Let us just take one of those wonderful breaths together, because what I know is that Spirit Source, the very creative energy, is closer to us than that breath. It is that breath and so much more. It is all there is. And right now, I just want to start with a thank you. Thank you for this teaching, for this knowledge, for this knowing that we are all each in a divine expression of this one on a wonderful path. And so, what I know is true right here and right now, that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. That despite appearances, something wonderful is moving. And I invite you to join me as we become willing to be part of that good, that greater expression of love and peace and joy. Letting go of everything. I am thankful that we are here, present right now, sharing this wonderful breath, and so it is. Okay, we have a group reading, so if you have a program, great. If not, it's behind me. I am ready to deepen my conviction in the power and presence for good. I am ready to apply it in my daily life. I am ready to receive God's highest blessings. I am ready to live from a higher level of beingness. I am ready to be a transformative light in the world. And so it is. So I'm going to invite Rachel to come on up. On Sundays, we light the flames of faith. This is our way of acknowledging that there really is only one, but there are multiple paths and traditions and rituals to that one. So we're going to acknowledge some of the main identified ones. And we're going to start with the Tao. So honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. Thank you. And now I invite all of us to take a moment and just recognize that spark within, that part of us that knows our metaphysical wholeness, our connection, our expression of divinity. All righty. And now with that, I am going to ask Marv to come up. He's got an inspirational poem for us today.
A Journey Before Time by Reverend Jeff. Before the stories, before the shaping of a name, before memory fastened itself to a body and said, "This is you," there was being. Not a person, not a history, not a role to play, only awareness, vast and uncontained, resting within itself. No edges, no striving, no comparison, like a wave before it considers rising, already ocean, already whole. There was no you and no other, only the quiet intelligence of love, knowing itself without division, light without source, breath without lungs, presence without boundary. And in that stillness, nothing was missing. Nothing needed repair. Nothing required improvement. Yet something stirred, not from lack, but from fullness. The infinite, curious to know itself in a new way, a movement within the one that whispered possibility. Will you enter form? Will you feel wind and sorrow, laughter and longing? Will you see through human eyes and love through human hands? And in that boundless field, there was a yes. A joyful yes, a courageous yes, a creative yes. Not leaving the ocean, but rising from it. Not separating from spirit, but becoming spirit in motion. And just before breath found lungs, just before awareness narrowed into personality, there was a gentle knowing. You may forget the vastness. You may believe yourself small. You may learn the language of separation, but the truth of who you are will remain untouched. And so you arrived, not as something new, but as something eternal, learning to walk in time. And even now, beneath the roles, beneath the noise, beneath the careful construction of identity, there is a quiet remembering, a stillness, a spaciousness, a presence that has never been broken, never been diminished, never been apart. We are becoming that being. We are not searching for it. We are still that being, learning, awakening, creating. We are spirit in motion, remembering itself.
Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. Life unfolds with grace and ease, endless possibilities. They're everywhere, always been, when I choose to let them in. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. I've outgrown those smaller dreams where they used to limit me. I make the space, invite love in, magic fills my life again. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. Now I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. There's something bigger calling me, follow where my passion leads. I trust the flow, don't need to know, dancing to the great unknown. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me. 'Cause now I know I'm in the flow, finally free. Oh, blessed be, I'm finally free. Oh, blessed be.
Okay, if you thought his poem was great, wait till you see what he's got in store for us now. Reverend Jeff.
Okay, I also just got done cleaning the toilets. We're all set to go here with all the different stuff I get to do. So, welcome. It's so nice to see fresh faces and stuff like that. I'll get a chance to talk to you afterwards if I haven't so far. So, take a breath and just get ready to absorb a little bit here, maybe. So, let me ask you something. How much of your life do you live by intention? And how much of your life by momentum? How often are you consciously choosing how you choose to show up? And how often are you simply reacting to whatever comes next? Today is not about discovering a purpose. Today is about learning how to live on purpose. Because being on purpose is not about finding something outside yourself. It's about becoming conscious of how you live, moment by moment. So this month we've been exploring your reason for being, not as a task or an assignment, but as a sacred relationship with the God of our being. First, Reverend Joanne invited us to anchor in God's love, reminding us that when life seas become stormy, we do not need to control the waves. We know where we are anchored. Then Reverend Debbie led us in celebrating YOU, grounded in Holmes' teaching that there is multiplicity in the one, and the infinite expresses uniquely through each and every one of us. And then last week, Reverend Joanne helped us continue this celebration, and we went deeper, exploring the rights and responsibilities that come along with being an individualized expression of spirit. And so today we'll take another step, not asking what is my purpose, but asking how do I live on purpose, consciously, intentionally, awake as the expression I already am. The psychologist and philosopher Erich Fromm wrote about two fundamental ways of living, what he called the mode of having and the mode of being. In fact, Fromm wrote a book titled The Art of Being, exploring how deeply the distinction shapes our experience of life. Interestingly enough, another New Thought author, Dennis Merritt Jones, also wrote a book called The Art of Being. Two very different authors from different eras and perspectives, yet both pointing toward the same profound realization. Being is not passive. It is essential to living consciously. So what did Fromm mean by having versus being? Well, the having mode is how we are taught to live in most cases. In the having mode, life becomes something we accumulate. We collect achievements, we collect roles, we collect possessions, we even collect spiritual experiences, hoping that if we gain enough insight and enough success, enough validation, we will finally feel secure in being complete. In the having mode, our inner dialogue is like, what do I need to get next? What do I need to accomplish next? Who do I need to become in order to be enough? And here's the subtle part. Even spirituality can have a form of having. We try to have peace. We try to have enlightenment. We try to have certainty. But the more we chase life this way, the more it can feel like something we must manage or control. Now, the being mode is different. Being asks, how am I present right now? Am I awake to this moment? Instead of trying to acquire life, we begin to inhabit it. You can feel the difference in ordinary moments. In the having mode, you walk into a conversation already prepared to say what you're going to say next. In the being mode, you listen. In the having mode, you rush through the day trying to get somewhere else. In the being mode, you notice where you are. In the having mode, life feels like a checklist. In the being mode, life becomes experience. Dennis Merritt Jones, in his book, The Art of Being, describes a shift as moving from striving toward authenticity, learning to live from awareness rather than from unconscious patterns. The art of being is not passive. It is alive. It is participatory. Life stops feeling like something we must manage. And when we shift, we have from having to being, some profound changes happen. And it begins to feel like we are consciously inhabiting life. Being begins when we notice, when we realize we have a choice, and when we participate consciously in the moment. I'd like to invite us into a sacred moment of imagination, a widening beyond a familiar edge of everyday identity. So if you're comfortable, take a deep breath, close your eyes. Now take a second deep breath. Let it out, feeling everything just melt away. And allow yourself to settle gently into this moment. And imagine awareness, opening, spacious, vast, without boundary. Imagine before this body, before your name, before any story you carry about yourself, before the experiences that shaped your personality, before the labels you've learned to answer to, before the sense of yourself as separate or defined by circumstance. Imagine yourself as pure being, one with spirit, not guided by spirit from a distance, but arising within the one life itself. Imagine resting there. No striving, no comparison, no need to become anything. Only awareness, only presence, like a wave resting within the ocean before it rises into form. Perhaps it feels like light. Perhaps it feels like vibration, or a vast field of quiet intelligence that knows itself as love. Rumi did right. You're not the drop in the ocean, but you are the entire ocean in a drop. And in that timeless field of being, nothing is missing. Nothing needs to be fixed. And yet, something begins to move. Not because anything is lacking, but because life expresses spirit itself through individuality. And imagine, no words are spoken aloud, but a deep inner knowledge, spirit recognizing itself as you. An invitation arises from within the infinite itself. Will you experience life through a unique point of awareness? Will you feel, create, love, discover, and grow? And from that field of unity, you say yes. Not from obligation, not because you must, because expression itself is joy. And as an awareness begins to focus into human experience, there's a gentle knowing, almost like a whisper arising from within presence itself. Spirit whispers. You may temporarily identify only with the human story. You may forget the vastness from which you arise, but the truth of who you are will never leave you. And so you step forward from timeless awareness into lived experience, from boundlessness into breath. Not leaving spirit, but becoming spirit in motion. And from that awareness comes the capacity to notice, to choose, to participate in life as spirit expressing. And now gently return to this moment and into this room, and realize that this sacred origin is not separate from your life today. You didn't leave that presence behind, you brought it with you. That quiet longing to live more consciously, that desire to be fully present. It's not something new you must discover, it's remembering. And being on purpose right there, not by becoming something else, but by living from what has already been true. There are two ways we can go through life, intentionally or accidentally. Living accidentally doesn't mean we are careless or bad people. It simply means we are moving from one habit to the next without noticing we have a choice. We wake up and immediately reach for our cell phone before we reach for our presence. We move through conversations already planning what we will say next instead of truly listening. We rush from task to task, believing that we will finally arrive somewhere, only to discover we didn't know where we already were. Accidental living is habit, it's reaction, it's autopilot. But intentional living feels different. Intentional living pauses. Intentional living notices. Intentional living asks, how do I choose to show up right now? This is the shift. We notice what's happening. We choose how to respond, and we participate consciously. Being on purpose means waking up inside your own life. Not controlling every moment, but participating consciously. You still go to work. You still have conversations. You still live the ordinary life, but something shifts. Instead of drifting from one experience to another, you begin to inhabit it. And that shift from reaction to participation is where being on purpose begins. There's a choice point, and this is where something important happens. Most of us think change happens with big decisions, but being on purpose rarely begins with something dramatic. It begins so small in moments, the moments we usually overlook. The pause before you respond in a conversation. The moment you notice you are rushing. The instant you react from habit instead of awareness. That tiny space is the doorway. Because in that moment, you are no longer asleep inside your patterns. You're awake enough to choose. And being on purpose does not require you to change your entire life. It simply asks, will I meet this moment consciously? There are simple ways to practice these things, noticing, choosing, and participating. So what does it mean to live on purpose? It's not a rigid system. It's not a formula to follow. It's not a checklist that you complete once and for all. It's actually an art. The science gives us principle, the understanding that life expresses through us. But the art is how we live that understanding. And art is never mechanical. Art is alive. Art is creative. Art is practiced. Being on purpose is the art of bringing awareness into action. It is choosing how you show up in the moment, not perfectly, but consciously. Like any art form, it is learned through experience and practice. You refine it, you explore it, you make adjustments, and sometimes you forget, and then you return again. Each conversation becomes part of the practice. Each decision becomes part of the canvas. Each moment becomes an opportunity to express awareness more fully. There's no single correct way to live on purpose. Sorry. But spirit expresses itself uniquely through each one of us, and that's why it's different for everyone. The art lies in noticing. Dennis Merritt Jones in his book, The Art of Being, and a number of you have probably read that, I assume. And my favorite words from this book are awareness, awareness, awareness. No matter what you're doing, being aware is the first place that things start. You know, if you're not aware that you're living by habit, it's hard to change it. A lot of things in life are like that. If you're not aware of something, you know, you can't change it. If you're not aware you're drinking too much, you can't change it. If you're not aware you're being, well, I won't say the word, you can't change it. So in choosing and participating, not trying to control life, but learning to meet life creatively and consciously. And when awareness enters action, something shifts. Ordinary moments begin to feel sacred. Not because life changes, but because you are present within it. So here are some practices for being on purpose. If being on purpose is art, these are not rules, they are ways of practicing awareness through action. Different brushstrokes you can bring into ordinary life. The first one, begin with one intentional action. Start something consciously. Open a door, take a step, speak a word. Let yourself feel the difference between acting automatically and acting intentionally. Being on purpose often begins with simply doing one thing fully awake. Number 2, listen as practice. In your next conversation, let listening be the action, not preparing your response, not solving, not just listening. Presence becomes tangible when attention becomes the offering. Number 3, change the rhythm. Slow down one ordinary activity. Maybe walk slightly slower. Eat one bite consciously. Speak one sentence with intention. Changing rhythm interrupts habit and brings you back into awareness. Number 4, offer something deliberately. Give encouragement. Express gratitude. Extend kindness. When you act from intention rather than reaction, you become aware of spirit expressing through you. And the 5th one, create a moment of beauty. Notice something beautiful. Arrange something. Speak something uplifting. Artistry enters life when you choose to create rather than merely moving through the experience. So before you knew you were a personality, before you learned the stories that you carry today, you were being, as we said before. Not separate from life with a capital L, but arising within it. And that has never changed. You are still the presence, now moving, speaking, loving, and creating through the human experience. Being on purpose is not about something new. It is about remembering to live awake inside the life you already have. Each moment invites you. Each conversation invites you. Each step invites you to notice, to choose, and to participate. Not to be perfect, but present. Not to control life, but meet life consciously. And every time you notice, every time you choose, every time you act with awareness, you will say yes again. Yes to life expressing, yes to spirit moving, yes to the art of living fully awake. And when you live this way, ordinary moments, again, become sacred moments. Not because the world has changed, but because you are consciously part of it. So walk away from here today not searching for something missing, but practicing the art of noticing, the art of choosing, and the art of being on purpose. Now join me for a minute for a spiritual mind treatment, where we'll kind of take this in a little bit. You can take a breath again. And we recognize that there is one life, one presence, one infinite intelligence expressing itself everywhere and in all things. Life is whole. Life is complete. Life is forever creating, forever expressing, forever revealing itself in new and beautiful ways. And I recognize that this life is not separate from me. It is the very essence of my being, the breath that breathes me, the awareness that flows through me, the love that lives as me. Before form, before story, before identity, there is being. And that being is God expressing as all of us, right here and right now. And so today, I remember that I'm not searching for something. I am awakening to what's there. and I affirm this awareness is alive within me, that I notice, that I choose, and that I participate consciously in the unfolding of my life. I release any belief that life is happening by accident. I release any sense of separation or limitation. And I accept Spirit expressing uniquely and intentionally through me in every moment, in every breath, in every encounter. And I know that being on purpose is not about perfection. It is about presence. It attaches me to no rigid outcome, but opens me to the creative participation in life itself. I trust the wisdom within. I trust the guidance that arises from awareness. I trust the infinite to move through me as clarity, as compassion, as creativity, and as joy. And so I walk forward awake to the sacredness of ordinary moments, awake to the beauty of conscious choice, and awake to the art that is living fully present. And I give thanks for this knowing. I give thanks for this awakening, and I give thanks for this life expressing as each and every one of us. And with deep gratitude and complete trust, I release these words into the law, knowing that it is already so. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
This is a tune by Wendy Waldman, and I'd never heard of her before, but I'm glad I found her. It's, for me, about setting intention, and it's called Good Day Today.
Today's gonna be a good day, from the morning to the night. Today's gonna be a good day. I know everything's gonna turn out right. Today's gonna be a good day. It just seems so in my heart. Today's gonna be a good day, and we're ready for a whole new start. Everywhere that I go, everyone's got the same thing to say. Such a feeling we hold. It's a good, good day. Gonna be a good day. Don't know why, don't know how. Today's gonna be a good day. I know better times are coming now. Everyone that I know, everything seems to feel the same way. Though sometimes it's been rough, it's a good, good day. Every reason we're here, everything's coming clear. Every voice that I hear, it's a good, good day. It's a good, good day. It's a good, good day.
Yes, it is a good day. It's a little cold, but yeah. I'm going to take part of that blame because I really thought we were going to put away sweaters. So, anyway, I want to thank Reverend Jeff. I want to thank Claire. Thank Marv and Rach. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. How about you guys? Yeah? Okay. So this is our time of conscious giving. And the idea of consciousness is really, really critical. So I know a lot of us do this online on a regular basis, however it goes. But I invite all of us to take the envelope and let us just take it in our hand and let us just recognize that this consciousness that we are giving in the form of money, this consciousness, it's everything. When we give from that place of consciously knowing that our source is the one divine creative energy, when that is our source of everything, including money, and we give from that place of knowing that there's no bounds to it. It is boundless. And we give it, and it goes out, and it does really good work. And that work creates joy, and it creates love, and it creates peace. It creates an opportunity for spirit to expand its expression for us in its way. And then it comes back, pressed and multiplied. It's true for money, it's true for time, it's true for love, it's true for everything that we give consciously from a place of knowing what our supply is. So I invite us to take this offering and let us just give it, filled with some additional good mojo, because mojo is what we need more of. So it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
All right. We give thanks for the gifts. We give thanks for the givers. Oh, we have a gift for you, and that is the gift of spiritual mind treatment. Some call it affirmative prayer. It's just a way that we pray knowing our truth. And sometimes we can't know that truth for ourselves. And so we have a group of trained, licensed practitioners here that would welcome an opportunity to know your truth for you. And so today in-house we have Leif, we have Celeste, we have Jeff, Joanne, myself, and Don is with us too. And so we are all available for prayer after this gathering during fellowship. You can fill out a prayer request at the table, which is shorter today than most days, which is interesting around here. And you can also fill one out online. So, and if you fill one out online, you can tell us if you want us to reach out to you or not. And from knowing your truth, that's not just about stuff that's happening. It's about stuff that can happen or is happening, and you want more of that goodness. So take advantage. We would appreciate it. Announcements. So on Wednesdays at 7 p.m., we're doing a book discussion. It's somewhere between an hour and a half. We're going to start our next one on March 4th. I think that's the Wednesday, first Wednesday in March. We are going to use this book, A Happy Pocket Full of Money, and it's just not about the money. And so we're going to look at we're going to talk about the first 3 chapters. In the back of this book, there's actually a discussion guide, so it kind of highlights what the chapters are. You don't need to participate in all 6 sessions. You can just pop in when you want. It's really wonderful when we gather via Zoom, and people sort of talk about their ahas from the book, and we make requests. And I'm not speaking out of turn. Our last book study, Heather asked for all of us to do prayer work and knowing her perfect outcome for her surgery. And I'm happy to report, Mark, but just really well. And I should have printed out the little note she sent. But she is healing, and everyone is very impressed on how much progress she's made already. So yay for all of us. So that's our big announcement. Also on Sunday, the 15th of March, we're going to have an annual meeting here. I promise you it'll be short. I promise you there will be no drama. But I do invite you to come because we are a community after all. And it's important to know how the community is working and what our guiding principles are and what we've accomplished and what we have yet to do. So that's what we've got for announcements. I want to thank Reverend Joanne and Pete and Julie for bringing treats today. Oh, and Chris. Ooh, wait till you guys taste those. Anyway, I want to thank them for the treats. If nobody signs up for next Sunday, you're going to get Costco muffins. Just saying, okay? There's a sign-up sheet. There's a sign-up sheet for reading, for lighting the candles, for bringing treats. So feel free to put your name down as much as you want. We've got plenty of pens. We won't run out of ink. And that's what we've got. So I want to thank everyone for being here. And before Claire sings us out, we're going to do a quick prayer. We're going to do a blessing. And then I hope you all join us for fellowship. So with that, let us just take one more of those wonderful breaths that just says, okay, we're here. We have suited up. We have shown up. We have been spiritually fed. We are aware of our divinity. And it is from that place that we move forth knowing what we think about, what we put our attention to, what we focus on, and allow our emotions to flow to. That is what we get more of. And so at this point in life, I say yes, bring on more of that good mojo, to have it, to experience it, to share it, to give it away, only to get more back. That is the truth. It's how the law works, and so it is.
And I'll leave you with this blessing. May you be at peace. May you know the beauty of your own true nature. May your heart be open. May you be healed. May you be blessed. Namaste.
Oh, good, there's words. I think you'll recognize the melody, and so you're going to be able to jump in pretty fast. But I changed the words.
Well, it's a good day for singing a song. It's a good day for moving along. It's a good day. How could anything go wrong? Good day for singing a song. And it's a good day for shining your light. It's a good day for making it right. Everything to gain, it's all inside. It's a good day for shining your light. I said to the sun, good morning, sun. Rise and shine today. You know you gotta get going if you're gonna make a showing. You've got the right of way, and it's a good day for making things right. It's a good day from morning till night. Take a deep breath, step into the light. It's a good day for making it right. A good day from morning till night. A good day for shining your light. It's a good